Hi, it's Carol from Allergy Free Living, and today we're going to make meatballs that are stuffed, or stuffed meatballs. Now, I've made some of it already so that you could see, and they're really good. So I'm going to show you how to make them. They're a bit unique, but that's what I want to show you, is that whether it's normal food or unusual or just plain good, you can make it all with gluten-free. So we're going to start with the meatball mix, which I already did. I mixed my meatball mix with the typical things that I use, which is the gluten-free breadcrumbs, whatever you want. You can get them, like I say, Stop and Shop. I buy stuff at Highland Market here. Shaw's. A lot of places carry the gluten-free products. And you're going to put whatever you like in your meatballs. You're going to mix them together. And then you're going to need the filling for the meatballs, which is cooked rice. I have my cooked rice here, white rice. And I use medium rice. It's easier to work with. The granules are a little smaller. Hard-boiled egg, all chopped up, one. And then, I've used this before, guys, so this is not something unusual. Sueur's peas. This is the very young, small, sweet peas. This is really good. I know it's more expensive, but when you make certain dishes like this, the peas come out there. They're just really, they have a nice crisp taste to it. They're sweet. They're really good. So that's the mixture that's going to go inside the meatballs. So we're going to start. Let me put this here. I just wanted to show you the 3 ingredients that will be the stuffing for the meatballs. Now, as I've talked to you before about gluten-free or anything, sometimes the stuff sticks to you. So what I'm going to do is spray my hands. And I took the meatball mix and I used a scoop, a rounded 1/4 cup scoop. And I took the scoop and I'm going to mix it in my hands and I'm going to flatten it. Now I'm going to move the camera so that you can see exactly what I do with my hands and how I get this mixture in, because it's important. So you're not going to see me, you're going to see what you need to see. So hold on while I move this down. Okay, now I took the scoop of the meatball mix and I put it in my hand and I flattened it. I have water here so that I can move it around. And I'm going to take, this is about a tablespoon, a little, like a heaping. All right. I'm going to get it right in the center. And with your hands, moving around the whole meatball here and pushing the mixture in the middle, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're just moving it around. You want to cover it. You want to make sure that the cup of your hand doesn't get sticky, because it won't work. Now I'm going to do a couple because I really want you to see how it goes. It might be difficult the first time, and you know what? Then just play with it. And I used a pound of hamburger meat. You can use more. It depends on how many you want. I'd say out of a pound, I get about 8, 9. So if you want more, I've done it before where I used 1.5 pounds. So see how I'm getting this? You know, it takes time. If you want to do it fast, you're not going to get it right. Like you saw when I started this video, I showed you what they looked like. Usually I wait until the end. But I really think it's important for you to see. Now there's a little bit, so I'm going to just take my finger, press it in, and move it around, all right? And it's important. Now we're going to take the next one. Again, make sure that your hands are nice and moist. And it isn't, and you'll see, try to keep it circle, you know, and try to make it kind of like if you were going to make a hamburger, I think, about like that. But if you make it nice like this and big, it's going to be easier for you to put the mixture in the middle and move it around. Now see, because I made it bigger, see how much easier it was to move this around? Now I'm just moving it in there, and that's because I made the meatball a little bit flatter. Now see the bottom here? That kind of was thin. So if you get it where it's like that, and I'm doing this so that you see, I took a little bit from my other meatball, and I just kind of like pressing it in there and mending it a little. We're just going to mend the meatball. There, see? You don't see it. That's why with the water, it really is nice. You don't want to use too much. I'm not saying to. Be very sparing, but enough. So there's this one. Again, here's another one. Here, this is bigger. Nice and flat. But don't forget, it's not just hamburger. This is the mixture that I use for my meatloaf, and everyone has their different stuff. That's why I'm not going to give you something, because that's such a basic thing that people use. So I'm going to let you do whatever you do, but make sure it's not dry. Okay. Now, and you know, you're going to learn, you're going to watch my hand, and you're going to cup the hand that has the meat in it, and the other hand is going to push down the center and move the sides in. And believe me, you're going to get used to it. You know, the first time, you know, it might just take you a little bit longer, but you'll get better at it. And just keep moving it around. And that's why I'm showing you this. And when I make these dishes, and this one, I just wanted to try something different for everybody. So when I make these, I always have people try them. And this time I try, and you've seen my grandchildren. Well, my oldest boy, grandson, Nicholas, I'll always ask him to try it, because I want him to tell me what he thinks, because children can be picky. And when he opened it up, it was like, wow, what's this? But he knows that I don't think there's anything that I've made that he didn't like, really. So he ate it. And guess what? He liked it. So, you know, it might take a little bit. Maybe if you just give the meatball to him and don't say anything. Just say it's rice. Whatever you want to do. Oh, and I did forget to tell you this mixture I used with the pound of meat, and you'll probably have some left over, but I used around 2 cups of the rice, about a half a cup of the peas, and 1 hard-boiled egg, all chopped up. If you like a little bit of one thing and not a whole lot of another, you can do whatever you want. Again, it's always on my video. I do on the bottom, I put what the ingredients are. Now let me turn this frying pan on. And I try to make these videos a little shorter because I know that everybody's busy, and I really don't want to take up a whole lot of your time, but some things do take time. This is the last one, guys, and I hope that you'll learn how to do it. And this guy is a little smaller, so I'm not going to put as much in here. And with the leftovers, I don't throw anything out. I make rice cakes with the leftovers. I put breadcrumbs in there, Parmesan cheese, seasoned salt. I might even throw some Canadian bacon or regular bacon, whatever, ham. I've done rice cakes in my videos before, and I fry the rest of it up. And again, my grandson didn't know the difference. So they're getting food into them that they might not normally have. So I say go for it. All right. And when you do, I end up, I fry just the top and the bottom, and I'm going to show you that. And I have this on, let me see, on high. I just do the top and the bottom, but sometimes, they might open up, and that's okay. Now I'm going to be moving the camera over here. Now, if you want to know, I've given you this hint before. If you want to know if the oil is ready, you hear that popping? Okay. The oil is ready. I threw in a little bit of rice, and that let me know that it's all set. Now, this is what I'm going to do. You still can't see me, and that's okay. Here's I'm going to put it down in my pan. And I've told you before, certain things you want to just move them around, and that's what I did. I very carefully flipped it over. Now I'm going to take the next one, because you don't want it to break open. Okay. Move it over. I'm keeping it in the gully, and I might turn this down just a little. I have the oven on at 350, Okay? I'm going to put this down a little more so you can see it. Okay. And that's why I'm moving it around. I'm going to take the meatball, flip it over. And certain things, it's really not a good idea to pack them in there, and this is one of them. And when you move your pan around like that, it moves the meatball itself. Okay, the handle's all gooey here. All right, now, see that? All right, now, I just want to lightly brown this. Now, I'm going to show you something else that I'm going to put on here, and that's this gravy mix. It's simply organic, and it's a cup of water. Now, I'm going to move this around. All right, see how that looks? And that's how come I mean, you could use a smaller pan. I just think that you're better off with what you have. I'm just getting my whisk. And this gravy is, like I said, a cup of water to the package. And you're just going to mix it. That's it. And I took this pan and I sprayed it, and it's almost done here. Okay. See? I'm going to put it in here. All right, now, there you go. All right, now, I'm going to cook that in the oven 10 minutes for one side, flip it over, and 10 minutes on the other at 350. So let me just go and put this in the oven. All right. Now, I made this gravy because I wanted you to see that just because you're making meatballs, it doesn't mean, that they have to be a sauce. And now, if that's what you like, then that's okay. You can do that. So let me get, okay, here's the gravy. And I just pour the gravy over this. Okay, guys. There you go. Stuffed meatballs. I hope you enjoyed this. Oh boy, they're real good. There you go. Anything you have to ask, always comment. Don't forget my Facebook page, Facebook carol.eatagain. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this. Bye.